Good morning, Seawolves. This is the newscast from our studio at Stony Brook University. My name is Venetia Flynn, your anchor for today. The Israel Defense Force said earlier today that they are responding to Hezbollah's attack from Lebanon. Hezbollah released a statement that they have fired rockets in northern Israel over the last few hours. Israel bombed the densely populated Jabalia refugee camp in Gaza for the second time on Wednesday. IDF claims that they have killed a Hamas commander and a number of militants during Jabalia refugee camp in bombardment. According to Reuters, more than 50 people were killed and 150 wounded in the attack. For the first time since the war has started, Egypt has finally opened its Rafah border crossing, allowing an estimated 500 people, including foreign passport holders and severely wounded Palestinians, to enter the country. I think we need a pause, Biden said. A pause means give time to get the prisoners out. FBI Director Christopher Wray on Tuesday gave a chilling warning to Congress regarding the situation in Israel.
The ongoing war in the Middle East has raised the threat of an attack against Americans in the United States to a whole nother level.
Wray, joined by the Department of Homeland Security Secretary and the Director of the National Counterterrorism Center, delivered this message regarding an annual hearing that evaluates homeland threats. Wray warned that the conflict in the Middle East has also escalated threats against Jews and Muslims in the United States. According to the New York Times, a number of these threats have been led by white supremacists and new national groups across the country. I will say that this is a threat that is reaching in some way sort of historic levels, Mr. Wray said. Students on Stony Brook University's campus have taken it upon themselves to call for an immediate end to the war on Gaza. Our reporter, Miles Reese, is reporting live from the scene at the Student Activity Center Plaza.
Thanks, Venetia. I'm currently live in front of the SBU Student Activity Center, where the protest to bring awareness to the war in Palestine was set to take place. The meeting site was here moments ago. The protest has since moved, and right now I have a student right here by the name of Marley, who's a freshman, and she's really, really interested in the matter. And could you just tell me why you decided to come out and support this protest?
I mean, for me, I think it's really important. I mean, Israel is committing genocide against these people. And I feel like, if we don't call attention to that, if we don't bring awareness to that, if we don't protest, if we don't say anything, then these people are going to die and no one's going to know. I mean, in good conscience, I can't support ethnic cleansing. I mean, it's terrible what they're doing. And, if you choose neutrality or you choose silence, then you choose the side of the oppressor. I mean, Palestine is a country with a rich culture and a rich history, and it's being completely wiped out. And to see the U.S. supporting that when it claims to have such democratic and lofty ideals, it's not right.
And secondly, what are your thoughts on the university's response? Meaning, do you think that they've done enough to bring awareness to the issue? What are your thoughts?
I do not think so. I mean, Stony Brook just received one of the biggest donations in history. I mean, $500 million. Think of what can be used with that money. Think of what we could do. I mean, if Stony Brook is so tolerant and is so for equality as it claims to be, then the silence on this matter wouldn't be so loud. I mean, I cannot believe just the amount of, it's a public institution, obviously, but just to see how little the school is doing, how little it's saying. I mean, the victims are, I can't imagine being a Palestinian student at this school right now and seeing just how the school basically isn't doing anything about it.
Thank you so much. Back to you in the studio, Venetia.
Former President Trump's eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., is the first member of the family to testify in a civil fraud trial in New York today. During the court proceeding, which started on Wednesday, Donald Trump Jr. denied any involvement in his father's financial statement at any point, even during his father's presidency in 2017. Today, Donald Trump Jr. is expected to finish his testimony before Eric Trump also takes to the stand later today. The former president, Donald Trump, has repeatedly attacked the judge on social media, referred to the trial as a political hack, saying things like, "Leave my children alone," during Wednesday's stand. The former president has been charged with 34 counts of fraud and also faces nearly $250 million in penalties for inflating his net worth for business deals. So far, the former president has pleaded not guilty to all 24 counts of fraud, and his other son, Eric Trump, is set to testify on the witness stand next week. For the second time, Republican Santos survived a vote by his fellow New York Republicans to expel him from the House. The resolution to kick Santos out did not gain the required 2/3 vote.
On this vote, the yeas are 179, the nays are 213, with 19 recorded as present. 2/3 not voting in the affirmative. The resolution is not adopted.
Santos faces nearly 24 federal criminal charges, all mainly about money laundering, campaign finance violations, fraud, and more. He pleads not guilty to all charges. The first attempt to remove Santos from his seat in Congress was a Democratic effort. Republicans blocked it and had sent the matter to the House Committee for investigation. Then the plethora of charges came, renewing the attempt to oust Santos. Santos would be the 6th House member to be expelled from Congress if the resolution came to pass. The latest expulsion came from 2002. In a history-making moment for Stony Brook University, Texas Rangers outfielder Travis Jankowski became the first ever Seawolf to appear in and win the World Series. On Wednesday, Jankowski earned a World Series ring, as the Rangers defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks 5-0 en route to a 4-1 series victory just 2 days before capturing a World Series title. Jankowski made history as the first Stony Brook alumni to play on Major League Baseball's grandest stage. After an injury took star right fielder Adolis Garcia out of the series in Game 3 on Monday, Jankowski made his mark in Game 4 on Tuesday as his replacement. He picked up 2 hits in 4 plate appearances, including a big 2 RBI double in the top of the 3rd inning, and scored 2 runs in an 11-7 Game 4 win. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.